When you hear the term blue moon, what does that make you think of? Maybe you've heard the Elvis Presley song. If you're from the upper Midwestern United States, perhaps you're familiar with the Smurf-colored ice cream blue moon. While we were researching this episode of our podcast, we had a lively discussion on what the flavor might be. One of us thought it tasted like cotton candy, the other like bubble gum. If you have had blue moon ice cream, drop a comment below. How would you describe the flavor? We are encouraging our viewers to weigh in on the debate.
Perhaps you have heard the expression once in a blue moon. But is that connected to the astronomy phenomenon? The origins of the phrase blue moon can be traced back to the 1528 satire Read Me and Be Not Wroth, in which it is said, "If they say the moon is blue, we must believe that it is true." In this case, the meaning of the blue moon is something that is absurd. The modern use of the expression once in a blue moon, meaning rarely, dates back to 1821 from the book Real Life in London by Pierce Egan, in which the character asks, "How's Harry and Ben? Haven't seen you in this blue moon."
Welcome back to Hidden in the Stars, where we'll take a look into the cosmos. In this episode, we'll be discussing blue moons. On August 19th, 2024, for us here in North America, a blue supermoon was visible at approximately 2:26 Eastern Standard Time. This moon was special because it was the first of 4 supermoons that occurred in a row. But what is a blue moon? What is a supermoon? Let's start with understanding what a supermoon is. According to NASA, a supermoon is a full moon occurring near or at the time when the moon is at the closest point in its orbit around Earth. That point is called the moon's perigee. The furthest point in orbit would be called the moon's apogee. It is important to remember that the moon's orbit is not perfectly circular with the Earth at its center. It is actually shaped like an ellipse, while the moon rotates and orbits around the Earth in a counterclockwise direction. It is called a supermoon because the moon looks larger to the naked eye due to the fact that it is closer to Earth. The term was first coined in 1979. The last supermoon occurred on November 15th, 2024. Now let's move on to blue moons. To understand what a blue moon is, first we need to talk about the lunar cycle. A full lunar calendar lasts approximately 354 days. Notice that's different from our solar calendar, or what we call a year here on Earth, which has 365 days, sometimes 366. This is the time it takes the Earth to make one complete revolution around the Sun. The 354-day lunar calendar, on the other hand, is how long it takes the moon to complete one revolution around the Earth. It is crucial to remember that the moon orbits the Earth and not the Sun.
The length of a full moon cycle is 29.5 days. Because of this, even during a leap year, it is still impossible to have a blue moon in February. Actually, February is a unique month because you don't always have a full moon, much less a blue moon. In the 20th century, Februaries without full moons happened only 4 times. In the 21st century, the coincidence will again happen only 4 times. In 2018, 2037, 2067, and 2094. Every time this phenomenon occurs in a February, both the January before and the March following experience 2 full moons, yielding a year with 2 blue moons.
There are 3 different types of blue moons. The type most people are familiar with is when there are 2 full moons in the same month. These dates are at the beginnings and ends of those special months, so none of those spooky Friday the 13th full moons are possible, unfortunately. The second kind of blue moon is seasonal. This is the 3rd full moon out of the 4 full moons in a season. Typically, there are 3 full moons per season, 12 per year total, given that there are 3 months per season and 4 seasons in a year.
The third and final kind of blue moon is one that appears blue. For 2 years following the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano in Indonesia in 1883, people around the world reported seeing strangely colored sunsets and a moon that appeared blue. You may be asking, so what's next? The next dates to watch for blue moons are May 31st, 2026 for the next monthly blue moon, and August 21st, 2032 for the next seasonal blue moon.
The next dates to watch for supermoons are October 6th, November 5th, and December 4th, 2025. Do you have an astronomy topic you would like us to discuss? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on our journey to uncover all the secrets of the cosmos. Catch you next time on Hidden in the Stars.